All right, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny. ScareMas. I am Danny. We're gonna do that again this year. I'm here with Blackcoat Katrina.
Okay, because a coat. Okay.
Coat, yeah.
You look so confused.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I the black coat?
And we've got Jacket Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
And I've got a black coat on today because we're going to talk about the Blackcoat's daughter. Yeah, we're starting off ScareMas. This is our first official ScareMas review. If you don't know what that is, we're going straight through to Christmas with reviews every day from now until Christmas Eve. So yeah, strap in, get your milk and cookies, and watch some Scare Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be
ScareMas
very
Talk.
fun.
Yeah, very festive. And we got Krampus. He's already here. He's ready
Oh man,
for the season. All right. So for Blackcoat's daughter, Joel, can you tell us who is a part of it?
All right. So this one, hold on here. I'm a professional, I swear. This one stars Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
And Kiernan Shipka. She is Kat. And I had someone else, but it was written out. All right. Yeah, those two. There was Rose was the other third, but I don't have her written down here, so my bad.
Like the main character.
Yeah, I know. She's
Lucy Boynton.
Boynton, yes. Lucy Boynton as Rose. Thank you. This was written by Osgood Perkins. This was directed by Osgood Perkins as well. And we've actually, not that long ago, have already done one of his movies. So,
Yeah. So that is exciting. Because I think we'll talk about that at some point. Because he also did Long Legs, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll talk about kind of like any similarities that we saw, if we feel like there's a possibility of a connection or anything like that.
Yeah, true. And he has another one coming out in January as well, called The Monkey or
yes, I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
The Monkey.
The Monkey. Yeah. So yeah, he's
I really like the trailer for that one.
Yeah. And he is Norman Bates' son. The original, the OG, Anthony Perkins.
I'm like, wait, what are we saying here?
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins is Oz Perkins' dad.
Yeah. So I'm glad he stayed with the horror or went to the horror genre.
Yeah,
that'd be cool if
deep in it.
If he did a Jamie Lee Curtis movie, that would be pretty crazy because her mom was in Psycho as well. As the one in Miriam,
the shower.
The one in the shower.
Oh,
the infamous shower scene was Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right. So during winter break, 2 students stay in an all-girls boarding school in the company of a terrifying presence. So before we get into Blackcoat, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. You don't want to miss all the movies that we have coming for you over the next couple of weeks. We've got a good list of Christmas-themed horror films, some that you may have not heard of, but you'll want to know about.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you are subscribed. Like this video if you like it. If you've seen this movie, then go ahead and comment and tell us what your thoughts are. Tell us if you agree with any of the points that we make. We're not going to be talking spoilers until the end, and you'll have to go to patreon.com/scaretalk to access that. You get 7 days free, and again, good time to sign up for that because there's going to be a lot of episodes coming that all the spoilers will be on Patreon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you get 7 days free. You can just binge them all
Just go crazy.
within the week or
There you go.
within a couple days, whatever you want to
Get to a point of getting sick of hearing our voice.
do. All right. Now, do we each have a word to best describe the Blackcoat's daughter?
I do.
All right.
What is it, Joel?
Yeah.
My word is dark.
Dark.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah.
I'm going to say ominous.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say twisty.
Oh, twisty. Okay. Like a twisty cone. All right. So this is a dark movie, as Joel
Yeah.
said. It's very
Yeah.
ominous, as I said.
Yeah.
And it
Very
has
twisty.
a twisty plot.
And like twirly.
All right.
The
Twisty and
timing of
twirly.
it, it's kind of going back and forth. You're
Yeah.
kind of like,
Who
and it
is
doesn't
who?
give
What time period
you-
are we in?
yeah, it doesn't give you
Mhm.
clues as to that. It doesn't like say 16 years later or whatever. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
tell you
And
that
dates.
this was this time, this was this
Mhm.
time. So you just kind of start putting things together and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so this is that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
To be fair, this is not a Christmas movie. It takes place in February.
Yeah,
which
so-
is weird because it's supposed to be winter break.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I chose it. But
Oh, this was your pick.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
But I don't know why
Can't even blame Joel
winter
on that one.
I
winter break would
Blame
be
me
in
for other things that we're
February.
going to choose, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little-
It's
But
that
it
was,
was
kind
too
of a
late.
fail.
Once we got to watching it, it was too late.
Yeah. I'm
Had to
gonna
do
have
it.
to tell you that was a fail on your part.
Well,
ScareMas faux pas.
yeah.
It was snowing, so you know.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
snowing,
that's
for
why
sure.
I have my
In
winter gear on
vein
to
of-
honor the wintry feel.
Yeah,
That's usually a Joel move.
it is.
So you're
I
just
do have a
trying to make him feel better
Yeah.
about his
Oh, thank you.
wintry picks.
Joel, I
Don't worry,
wanna
mine will
know-
be Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. Most of them throughout will be Christmas. That's why we're starting with this one because it's.
Mhm.
I knew it was gonna be the least Christmassy. But
Yeah.
I didn't
My
realize
first
it
pick will be
was.
probably the second least Christmassy.
All
on the
right.
list.
Well, I want to know what you thought of this, Joel. You hadn't seen it, and
No.
Katrina hadn't seen it. I'd seen it once before, but I didn't remember a lot of it. So yeah, go for it.
So I went in this movie. I'd always wanted to see it, but I had heard from more people than not that this movie was not good. It was like really slow. I've heard more people say stuff like that than I have that it's a good movie. So I'm like, I try not to let that kind of thing get in my head, but when the majority of people like are on one side of it, then I'm like, all right, let's just, we'll see how this movie goes. But there definitely are similarities in the way this was shot of long legs, which was definitely a positive for me, was long legs, and it still is. I love like the long. This movie takes its time, and I think that's why people didn't like it very much, is because it can be slow.
Yeah.
But I love slow burns as long as it does something at the end to like make it worthy of being so slow.
As long as there's the payoff.
Yeah. And
You felt like you got that payoff?
Yes. I was still a little confused at the end, but I still enjoyed what I saw. And yeah, I thought the acting was really good all around. I thought that it did it. So I don't think this is going to be spoilers, but the girl that I didn't put down, Rose, on there. In the beginning, I was having a hard time because I knew Emma Roberts was in this movie, and so I was like, is that supposed to be Emma Roberts in this? Because it was just those two for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Until we actually see. I'm like, there was this pause of where like it kind of looks like her, but at the same time, like unless they did something like different with her. But then we find out more about the story going forward, and it made more sense. But I was like, that looks like it could have been Emma Roberts, like
that's
Emma Roberts, and
that's all over this movie. It's like, who is who?
Yeah,
and like especially I didn't even like look at the actresses, but if you knew that Emma Roberts is going to be in the movie and you know what she looks like, then it's like, where is she?
Yeah,
but who is she? You know?
Yeah,
and so it kind of plays with you like that. Same thing with the time period. When is this part taking place? Because we learn information that makes it seem like it's not at the same time as the other stuff. And so, but like Katrina said, it doesn't give you any years. It doesn't say anything like that. So you just have to kind of figure it out as you go.
Yeah. And I love movies like that. Like, you don't have to, feed us the information.
It wasn't spoon-fed to us.
Yeah, we can get there. As long as it's not too crazy, we can get there. And so, I enjoyed it. I thought this was a good movie, and not nearly as slow as people I thought were saying that it was. I mean, it was definitely more of a slow burn than not, but I'm comparing Osgood Perkins' work and Longlegs was also slow. Like, it was a slow burn, and so there's nothing wrong with that. And so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. So everyone did a really good job in their parts. And Kiernan Shipka, I had seen her because she was in that Sabrina show on Netflix, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and she did a good job in that one. So like I knew like I've seen her work before, and so I thought she did a good job in this one as well. Everyone did, I thought. So good directing, good like cinematography, like everything about this movie was really good. So
what about the atmosphere?
Atmosphere was really good too. I thought that was definitely it was definitely dark and ominous and creepy.
That's my favorite part. I love movies like this where it's like the tone, you know, the white like backdrop of it with the snow and everything, just like Longlegs. And the like empty school, you know, there's just like so much openness, but something's there, so it's like creepy. The dialogue is just, it's not over the top, it's more natural, and there's some pretty brutal scenes too, like some pretty aggressive behavior going on, but it's not like fun. Like, it's not like, oh, that was a good kill. Like, it's no, this is scary looking and like real and uncomfortable, like how the kills were done. It's it's not a super rewatchable movie for me. I have seen it twice, and I remember liking it the first time. I think it took me a couple of viewings to watch it the first time, I want to say. Because it is a slower movie. And Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
you would agree with it being a slower movie?
So, yeah, I mean, I think it is a slower movie, but I think the part that is hard was with it being with that atmosphere of it being like dark and like
Dreary.
yeah. Not, definitely not a lot of action, not a lot of like, I don't know, it was sleepy. It was definitely hard for me to stay awake. I was really struggling with trying to stay awake. But at the same time, I don't fault the movie on that. One, I was tired. But also it's not one of those movies where I was like, man, that was so boring. Because it wasn't boring. That wasn't why I was falling asleep. It wasn't because it was boring. It was just slow and steady and I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like necessarily dark all the time. Like some of the scenes were actually bright with the white halls and
The
white snow
yeah.
and so it wasn't always dark, but it was, I guess, the ominous.
Yeah, it was just a dark feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing though that I thought is I think that they did a good job with the like score, and at the same time at points it got a little too much. And especially like when the Blackcoat I'll say was talking to her, it kind of went too far with like, or too long, where it was like inaudible.
Yeah. We had to put the captions on to hear.
But even when we had the captions on, there were only a couple times that there was actually any audible words said.
Anything actually said. Yeah.
And then the rest of the time it was just like just hearing that she's talking to this thing, but it was like we don't need that for that long.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of parts, not a lot. There were some parts where it was a little drawn out. Like a shot was just like, we're going to focus on this for a few seconds too long.
Yeah.
Like we're going to,
I think sometimes a few minutes too long.
or we're going to wait just a little bit too long for this person to respond to the other character. Now, there was a lot of like gaps, I guess, in dialogue and in just
there wasn't
progress.
A whole lot of dialogue either.
No, there wasn't a lot of dialogue.
I think maybe that's what made it feel slow too.
Right.
Like if there had been,
it was just like the score was most of the sound of the movie.
Yeah. And if there had been like more dialogue or something, then it may not have felt so
kept
long.
your attention. Yeah. Kept you awake.
Yeah. But I like I said, I wouldn't say that it was a bad movie.
No.
I didn't dislike the movie.
It's A24. It's very A24 like. Yeah. It perfectly fits in with all those A24 movies that have been coming out over the last number of years. There is definitely some imagery that'll stay with you. At one point, someone's doing some sit-ups, we'll say. And that was a little weird.
I wouldn't say it was sit-ups.
I don't know what it was. It looked like sit-ups. Like maybe backward sit-ups.
Body banging or slashing or thrashing.
I was like,
Oh,
wow,
that's
someone's doing some sit-ups over there. Okay.
Because she was already sitting up.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to see it again.
Yeah. She was sitting up and just thrashing herself forward.
Oh, I thought she was going forward and then laying down.
I don't.
No, I think she was going forward. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
From what I remember.
And then she does some aerobics, like some pretty interesting
The back bend
things in the bed. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. So there's that kind of stuff in this movie, but it wasn't like overused. I thought it was it was creepy, and it wasn't like The Conjuring where it's like that's all you got. You're just contorting yourself all over the place, and that's it kind of gets old. This one did it well. Yeah, I like this one. I would definitely recommend it for anybody who likes movies like Hereditary or Saint Maud or The Witch, movies like that are slower and they're just dark and atmosphere building, ominous. Don't you're not going there to feel great and have fun. It's dreary, it's dark. Don't look for any fun to be had.
Yeah.
All right.
Very Christmassy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy.
Good
very
start
cheerful.
to the season for sure. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right. Let's look at the critics and then the audience scores, and then we will give ours.
Okay. Now, is the one thing that like I keep getting kind of tripped up about is I'm pretty sure the Blackcoat, that's the same name of the killer in Riverdale.
I think it's a Black Mask.
I do not think that.
Oh, okay.
Black Mask sounds like a Goosebumps.
I think that it is. I think it's the Black Mask.
And so, speaking of Riverdale, Sabrina from her Netflix show made a few appearances on Riverdale. Kieran and Shipka.
Oh, okay. What is it called?
I'm looking.
Oh. So, there's a killer in Riverdale, and it has a name. And I think it's the Black Mask.
The Black Hood.
The Black Hood. Okay. That's part of a coat. Can be.
Yeah. And he wears a mask, but it's really a hood.
Okay. Well, back to the Black Coat. Let's hear what
I just keep thinking of that every time I hear like the Blackcoat's daughter, and you're like, when I call him the Black Coat, I'm like, it's like the Riverdale killer. Anyway, Rotten Tomatoes gives this, the critics give this a 77.
Okay, I can see critics liking this one more.
Oh yeah.
The popcorn meter, they spilled their popcorn over this one. They got a 52. So not too bad.
Oh,
they just spilled it.
Man.
And I can honestly like understand that.
And this is the early days of A24 too. This came out a little while ago, so there weren't a lot of movies like this yet. I feel like this one can have more fans now than probably it did when it first came out. If people were to watch it now.
Yeah. And then IMDb has it at 5.9.
Okay.
But and then Google has it at 2.7.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, I can understand because like it was hard to stay awake during this. And I don't know that it was just that I was tired. It was hard to stay awake.
Yeah. And if you don't know what you're getting into, then I could see you being disappointed. with this movie.
And this is the thing. I liked the time stuff. I liked that it wasn't all in the same time frame. It was like it went back and forth. I liked that it didn't give us the, back in this time, back at that time, that it didn't tell us. Like Joel, I liked being, them believing in us enough to to just allow us to figure it out. But I could see that not hitting well with others.
Yeah.
Like I could see that being too confusing and being like, that was just like, too hard to follow.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see people doing that.
And so, I can see where it fell short.
We're legit movie critics, so we know that.
Yeah. So we can handle that.
Yeah, you just pedestrians over there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was probably something that I liked the most was like I liked the different, like trying to figure that out. That kept me interested. Kept me trying to. I like when I'm trying to figure out the story before it happens. And like trying to figure out the twist, trying to figure out what's going on. And I really like it when I don't figure it out. Like if I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I think there were parts that I was thinking I was figuring out, but it was like, okay, it could go this way or it could be this, and I was never like sure enough to be like, oh, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah. So. There definitely are some questions. And
I'm curious what your guys' questions are. Well, I feel like it ended. I feel like it was straightforward.
Just about one of the girls' parents. I guess we were kind of talking about it before.
But I think that we figured that out, and it
maybe
I'm not really questioning it.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's give our ratings.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
87.
Okay.
Joel? Christmas miracle.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. This is not one I'm gonna want to watch over and over again. Maybe with like someone who hasn't seen it, and even then, it's like, all right, I need to make sure that you're the right person that's gonna want to watch this movie, because it's definitely not for everybody. So with that, I'm gonna give it an 85.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
I'm glad you like
you
it.
Better. I'm gonna give it a 79.
All right. Cool.
I want to rewatch it and see if I can stay awake, but I'm doubtful that I'll be able to. And that's hard, like, because there were many times where it was like, okay, I think I'm just falling asleep now. And so then I'm like, can you rewind it? And then it was like, just for a second. But
it's like, you just missed this transition.
Yeah.
That's all you missed. Like a shot of this building is all you missed.
Yeah. I mean, I've been yawning since we had to get started with the review, so.
Yeah. All right, so there's our scores. We're gonna go to Patreon now to talk spoilers.
Are we gonna?
And we need to talk about what the next one's gonna be.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So look out tomorrow for Joel's pick.
Drum roll, please.
What's it gonna be?
It's gonna be P2.
P2. All right. Yes. So look out for that one. That takes place around more so Christmas than this one. So we'll get more Christmas spirit with that one.
But I don't know how much, because it takes place in a car garage basically. So, but
it's a
there might be some Christmas
slasher type movie. Yeah. So
fun.
Get excited.
Woo woo.
All right. And if you are part of Patreon, then you can stay with us and we will discuss spoilers for Blackcoat's Daughter. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.